Hello. So Dyonne is a healer from Holland, and Joseph is a psychologist from
Yes.
Sweden.
And Miriam, hey Miriam, thanks for having us. Miriam is a philosopher from Sweden.
Mm. And we're going to talk about personal development again, this never-ending subject. And I had a viewer comment about our last episode. So he writes like this: your brief discussion of envelopment and development was especially interesting to me this morning. Perhaps that is because due to recent severe health problems, I am consciously attempting to shift from a protective envelopment to a period of emergence and development and risk-taking as well. Could we talk a little bit about the social dimension of envelopment and development and personal development? What do you think? The psychologist, perhaps. What do you think, Joseph?
I'm also curious.
The social, yeah.
The social aspect.
Mm.
I would say, it's it's always as I see it, very important to be on the acting part, to do things, to do to because it's only in the doing that you can feel that you are achieving things. That so then you have to do. I mean, in the word of development or involvement is, it's also it comes from this kind of military language also. It from the thing of using or cutting things or attacking things on the flank, and not being straightforward sometimes. But sometimes you have to be like that. But still, I would say you have to be on the offensive part all the time, to be doing things, because then you have you when you do things, you are in German there is a word for machen, meaning to do things, and that means power, and you are empowering yourself by doing things. That is a very important part.
And how does that relate to the social context, the social bit that you wanted to look at?
Well, if you look at in the social context, that people will see you as somebody who is doing things, not waiting passively. You are doing things, and that means that you're in this world. You are part of this world. You are trying out things. Yes, this is how you do it in the society, because then you are showing that you are here.
You're an agent, not just reactive. You're not reacting to circumstances, but you're an agent. Yeah,
you're an agent. Yes.
And what comes up for me is that then development consists of doing, creating experiences.
Yes.
And you grow by having experiences, and you gain respect by experiencing yourself.
Exactly.
By developing yourself,
developing yourself, because we are so much into I can feel it for lots of people is that they are diluting themselves,
in what ways, Joseph?
Is in a way of trying to be balanced, to be part of a lot of things. You take away yourself in order to be part of a bigger thing. It's this way of being more, how you call that? Yeah, balanced.
That stirs something up for me as a healer. There's always this. Actually, I find it a dark side. I see many colleagues or friends or acquaintances in the field that use spirituality actually as you say, as avoidance or escapism.
Yes.
And they all start these circles. Oh, we're going to do a Kundalini meditation. Well, Kundalini is supposed to sort itself out, for instance, but that is already too much terminology for now. But to get back to you in terms of balancing, people are hooked on finding balance and not exercising that in the real world by gaining experience. Exactly that, Joseph.
Exactly.
Yeah.
By that they are diluting themselves.
Yes.
I want to see you, for example. I mean,
Yes.
Dyonne, I want to see you, and
Yes.
not somebody who is diluted into something else.
Miriam, how is that from a philosophical point of view? If you look at it, how would you choose this?
Well, the philosopher will have to bring up a philosophical thought experiment then from 1974 by a guy called Robert Nozick. It's been in the back of my mind for several days now. It keeps popping up. It's so interesting. But his thought experiment was like this. Imagine that there is a machine that can give you any type of experience at any time. At any time. Just imagine what type of experience would you like to have? And you can have it. Anytime, all day, any day. And
that's in the question, actually.
Yes. And then the next question is, would you rather be attached to this machine forever, or would you live a normal life? And when, after some consideration, many people, maybe most people, would say, I would rather live a normal life than constantly have these pleasant experiences or choose the experience. And the reason for that is we don't just want experiences. We want to be a kind of person. We want to be a certain kind of person. So we want to be the kind of person, for example, who gets through difficult things and comes out on the other side. Yes. Someone who can find their own path, someone who can do something in their own way.
100%.
Someone who personally develops.
Yes.
Someone who personally develops.
Yes. A person in development, meaning somebody who's somebody. And
I am me. We want to be able to say, I am me, not just my life was easy or I had soothing experiences and I felt loved. We want to be someone who loves, who lives.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's I always remember that when I when things are a little bit rough, I'm always thinking I am a person who can get through this. I can find new ways when the perspectives are sort of closing in on me. I can open another window. I can see this another way. Yeah.
Wonderful, because that's what you mean. I mean, you find your another way because then you are in the move. You're doing things. You're not a victim. You don't put yourself into the victimhood.
Exactly. It's so interesting. We all want to talk at the same time, but that is what happens. But like, I want to be the one who opens the windows, who finds the solution, and who takes the steps on my path. And that's this personal development, right? The agency and the doing.
Yes. It is.
Yeah, and to add to that, the I is also the third chakra, the sense of self, the solar plexus. We need to experience our I amness. I am this. These are my thoughts. These are my feelings. Not to stay attached to them, but to learn them, to mature, to develop them, to gain strength, to become someone. We are already someone with birth, but to develop character, to develop personality. That's for me also what I'm here for, to evolve my consciousness, to develop myself. The
self.
That's how it feels to me.
Yeah. I'm really glad that word came up. The self. That's one of my great interests. Yeah. What does it mean? What's the self? Sorry, Joseph.
It's not only egoistic, because it's something that you are part of in a relationship with the other people, but you have to show yourself, meaning who are you and the voice that you coming out with, because it changes, and well, if it's also in the chakra, are you talking about the chakra? Yes, it's part of your solar plexus, because there it comes out also. This is the vibrations that's into the world, and then you can say, well, this is I want to see, or I want to feel that people will feel my vibrations coming out, and to relate to my vibration, not something that is diluted or
Mm.
balanced or something, because that's me, and I can always, yeah, it could be a challenge to meet that, but I don't want to be passive in the thing. I want to be part of it. I want to be, that's how I'm developing myself.
If I may add something to underline that, they say also in the past, like you have the arena. Are you going to be an actor in the arena? Are you going to be a player? Or stay as a spectator, watching your life go away and not develop yourself and stay in the bleachers? That's also from the ancient Greek games or Roman plays, or but yeah, are you in the arena of life, or are you spectating and letting it go by and not develop?
And there's another way of putting that too, about the car. That
Oh yeah.
it's so easy to you put yourself in the, not the driver's seat, but the one next to it, and then and someone else is in the driver's seat, and then you get angry that they're driving the wrong way. Like, why did you do that? Oh, you need to swap seats. You're the driver. Yeah. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
wanted to go back to the relating from the sense of I, and the yeah, the sense of self, sense of me, my thoughts and feelings, and being able to discern which feelings and thoughts are mine, and then to relate to other people from this place. So really relating to other people. Oh, I have two thoughts now. So relating to other people, I wanted to say relating to other people is really only possible if both are healthy in their sense of self.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to say I read this book about the vagus nerve by Stanley Rosenberg, and he says health is ability for social engagement. I think that was it was such a profound thing to read that I had never seen before, and it made so much sense to read it like that. Health is social engagement, like even if you're very ill, that you are able to share this pain or your suffering, so that is the kind of health even if you're ill.
And if I may say
Sure. I'm
something,
sure
Jules,
about this. I'm
can you,
sorry.
can you, oh, sorry. No,
Yeah,
if I
go on,
want to
go on.
invite you, sorry, I want to invite you actually to say something in relation to what Miriam said. That's interesting about the relating, interrelation, interacting, and bonding versus trauma, no, bonding versus connecting or trauma bonding. That there's indeed such a big difference between healthy relating and unhealthy relating.
Yeah.
And from a psychology point of view,
From a psychology point of view, if I would say, really healthy, it's like what Miriam also said here, it's part of engaging in a way that you're showing yourself who you are, and showing all the pain that you have and all the suffering maybe you are but you are part of who you are, and you're not withdrawing, because that's really a healthy kind of relationship, also with other people, that you are showing who you are, that it's not only good things all the time. No, this is life. Life is a lot of things and suffering, and show yourself. That's it. That's how you get out of that's how you develop yourself.
Yeah, that's how you open the envelope, and you go, here is, and it's not just suffering. It's not just about like joy and suffering. It's like doing the wrong thing.
Yes.
Like hurting someone by mistake or willfully, and then you just and then being able to say, being completely open and saying, oh, by the way,
Oh, sorry.
I'm really
Mm.
sorry
Yes.
about what I said.
Yeah.
I meant it like this. I can hear now how stupid it sounded. And I mean, it wasn't like that in my head at the time, but I see that I hurt you and I'm sorry. You know,
Yeah.
and you can do this in a way that's not like, that doesn't destroy you, that doesn't make you a passive victim. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
No, it's about
Very
taking
much so.
ownership. It's about taking ownership over
Yeah, yeah.
a certain
Yeah.
projection that you did or behavior that you acted out upon, and that you can say like, okay, we were not in healthy. We were not in a healthy interaction. This was not interdependence. It was a codependent moment, and I was actually projecting something. I elaborate a bit more now for this video, obviously. But just start your sentence like, in the I mode, take full responsibility for something that you did or that what happened or what you said, and only then can you develop and not envelop. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have used to
Yes.
this word.
Yeah. Envelope, like what you put a
Yeah.
letter in. But
Yeah.
what did I want to say? Yes, I want to say that you can do this. Like you sort of you show yourself, you like come clean, you say what you did wrong, and you apologize, and then you do this with grace, and then you forget. Like you don't walk around remembering the thing that you did wrong after you've apologized, because this is the relationality too. If somebody apologizes sincerely to you, you forgive them. That is a healthy thing to do, you know.
And it's funny what you say, Miriam. I have to jump in by saying, you say, then you forget. It's actually the natural course of letting go. I always say letting go is not an action in itself. It's a result that comes from taking responsibility, sorting it out, getting it, throwing it over, no, not throwing it over the fence, but saying it to the person at hand. And then you let go, and then the healthy forgetting happens because you work through it, you process it. Sorry, Joseph,
Now,
you wanted to
there
say
I want to come in also. Saying,
go ahead, sorry.
yeah, what I want to say here also is that it's very important to let go, but it always comes in taking the accountability, the accountability of what you are doing, you know, because that's the real development. Even if it's hard things that you are going through, even if
Yes.
it's a lot of sorrow, if it's something like that, you take accountability for that. You can let it go. It's like I'm using the term of the snake or the lizard, you know,
Yes.
leaving the old one. It doesn't mean that you're getting a new skin. It's your own skin, but it's a new one. It's a development of you.
Yes.
Yeah, you can go on with that. The other one, yeah, just leave it.
Yes.
Don't take it on with you. Just leave it, because it's there, and you go on. Then you are really living in this world. Somebody new, not new, but somebody who's developed into the new world.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this is really interesting when you sort of accidentally you say somebody new, because the way I'm thinking about this now is sort of some things need to be forgotten and something needs to be remembered. So how do we remember? How do we forget? And which parts? And I don't remember where it's from now, but it's kind of like when we need to, like in the sort of biblical yearly cycle, you remember at each time, once a year, you remember the same thing. You talk about the Exodus, and you talk about the slavery, and you remember, you know, the call to act for action is to remember at a certain time. So, and this remembrance means that we have something to build on. See, so this coming out as a new version of oneself, it's still something that is built on the other versions. We're not coming like suddenly we become a blank slate where we need to repeat the same patterns or the same mistakes or the same, like, that's the whole thing. We don't
So
need to do that. So we're remembering something and forgetting something. Yes?
Yeah. No, I
Very
wanted to add to your beautiful story that it's all these experience that you gained and how do you say, you gain by experience, and you internalize what you learn from it, and you can revisit sometimes a certain experience or memory, and on another level your behavior adjusts accordingly to the new version of you in that moment.
Yes.
And until the bit what you've evolved through by that time, in that moment in time.
And this is what creates a new version of you, because it's like, it's not only experience, it's experience plus reflection, and
Yes.
this turns into wisdom. And wisdom, as I always like to say, I apologize if you've heard it before, but wisdom is memory without the emotional charge.
Yeah,
so you can just count what happened without the, you know.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I would also say I would try to get into this, because recently it was something called the Holocaust remembering, or something like this.
Yes.
And what I see a lot of people in my, they of course remembering is very good, but they are stuck there. And I wouldn't try to judge them so much, but they're not coming out, and there's no development in their own. It's a way of staying there as victims, and I would like to have people saying, "Oh, how bad it was." And,
you have to get out of the envelope.
yes, you have to get out of the envelope.
Open the envelope.
You have to get out of the envelope, because otherwise you're stuck. That's why you're there, to remember, not to be there. That's how you leave this. Get out. That's also how you make you take some how you call that, you're taking, remembering them, but get out. This is not where you are, not in the suffering you take in there, but then you develop. That's how you're not staying in the trauma. That's why you're not in the post-traumatic stress syndrome, because then you're still there. You're developing. You're taking the stress as the development, not the stress. The trauma as growing, for you to grow, which is the development of yourself. Even the trauma can make you grow.
Yes, and
There's a possibility to take it out.
Yeah. And wouldn't you both agree with me that you need, in order to move, you need to move through your emotions? Emotions is the Latin word emovere, which means moving, which means getting a movement.
Yes. That's really beautiful. That's it. Yeah. Get moving. Let's moving.
Yeah, get moving.
Yes,
Unstuck
get moving.
yourself.
Get moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good word. It's very good. Yeah, that's to be in your contact of the emotions, because emotions is a very important parts of how do you get yourself moving. The emotions, how do you get it moving into your intellect? Because that's part of it. You move it. Do something. Do something.
Maybe that's the perfect ending to this episode. Do something. Yes. Yeah, and move it.
Do something,
Yeah.
Unstuck yourself.
No, exactly. Do something.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you for today.
Thank you.